Hello, welcome. Kristina here. And for today's practice, we are going to be learning breath of fire. And this is kind of the last of the three exercises. First being mobility. We need range of motion. We need movement in the torso, not just range of motion of our limbs and the muscles connected to the torso, but really be able to stretch out the torso in all directions. And then the next was strength. How do we build strength in the core? And strength comes with an exhalation. So how well does my exhalation engage as many muscle fibers as possible? And I like the core activation breath because it really gets into the lower part of the torso and it builds that strength. And then the last, at the top of the pyramid, is breath of fire, is power. And that's how we train the body too. So what we're doing is we're taking this strength conditioning theories and these movement theories and applying them directly to the diaphragm. Not just to the body, but really in a different dimension into the diaphragm. So we need mobility, strength, and power. So what's so great about breath of fire is it maximizes the benefit of any stretch or exercise that you perform it with. So what we will be doing is a couple rounds of just simple breath of fire. And then we'll be doing some movements. So in those movements, we'll add breath of fire as well as some low, deep belly breathing. So if that was a struggle for you, maybe go back and practice that, or just continue to practice this practice until you feel like you've gotten it down. So breath of fire, it's basically just a quick inhalation and quick exhalation. So it's going to look like this. Whereas core activation, if you remember, is really strong exhale and relaxed inhale. So it's a little slower, a little bit more strength. And breath of fire is a little quicker. So equal inhale, equal exhale. So we can practice actually, your body will automatically do breath of fire if you were to kind of pretend to pant like a dog kind of. So if you do it with your mouth open, your body will automatically do that and you'll feel the belly button press up and in. So just do that for a couple breaths. So that exhale is pressing that belly in, automatic inhalation. So now do that same thing with the mouth closed. So you can start off a little bit slower and then quicken the pace as this breath becomes easier to you. So you can start slow or go a little quicker. But when you're quicker, you're not scrunching the face, you're not making that exertion face. You're teaching your body that although I have strength and activation here, that exhale is really melting and relaxing the face and shoulders. I'm not using my shoulders and my traps to do this breathing exercise. So we're going to begin with 30 seconds first. We'll do 2 30-second rounds and then a 1-minute round. All right, so we'll just take about 15 seconds to take a few normal breaths in between each round and then continue on. So let's just keep your eyes closed this entire time. All right, so close those eyes, remove some of that input, so you can kind of look a little bit deeper. And then we're going to take a deep inhale and exhale out the mouth. Let's take a half an inhale and begin. Continue on, make sure you're relaxing the face and shoulders. Keep that chest up nice and tall. Keep going. The belly button should press in on the exhale and relax out on the inhale. Almost there. Good, deep inhale. Hold the breath. Squeeze those abs. Squeeze the base of the spine, relax the face. Exhale out the mouth. Keep the eyes closed, just naturally watch the breath flow here. And remember that during the next round, if there's a moment when you feel like the breathing pattern has reversed, or you kind of feel like you're not fully inhaling, relax, take a breath, and then continue on. Each time you stop and then restart again, you are expanding your capacity and your awareness for this breath. Let's begin round 2. Go ahead and take a deep inhale. And exhale out the mouth. Take a half an inhale. And begin. Deep inhale, and hold the breath. Hold, squeeze the base of the spine, relax the shoulders and face. Hold, hold, hold. Exhale out the mouth, release. Watch the breath flow naturally here. Inhale, rising the spine up. Exhale, dropping the shoulders down, relaxing the face. A few more breaths here. Noticing the changes. Good. Now we're going to do one more round. Again, keeping the eyes closed. Stay breathing. We got one more round. We're going to do 1 minute. It's going to be a little bit longer, maybe a little more challenging. But keep in mind that listen to your body. If your body says, I'm not inhaling, take a deep inhale and start over again and really focus on that inhale being equal to the exhale. So the inhale will be automatic, but really create that forceful contraction in and you will feel that automatic equal inhalation. So take a deep inhale. Exhale out the mouth. Let's take a half an inhale and begin. Keep going, keep that chest up, shoulders down the back, relax the face. Keep going, powerful exhalation, sharp, strong exhalation, automatic inhale. Almost there, keep going. If you need to focus on that point between the eyebrows, please do. If the mind tends to wander, almost there, a few more seconds. Deep inhale, and hold the breath. Hold, 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 relax the shoulders and face, chest up nice and tall. Exhale out the mouth, release. And just watch the breath flow naturally here. And slowly open the eyes. All right. So now we're just going to do a few more movements. We're going to get into a cat-cow position. And we're going to do a few deep belly breaths. And we're just going to bring awareness to this position and flexing into the spine and provide strength in this mobility of the spine. All right, so we're going to spread the fingers wide. Hands maybe just a little bit in front underneath the shoulders. The toes tucked underneath, my knees underneath my hips. And I'm really pressing into the ground, so I don't want to relax my shoulders to my ears. I want to press them down and pull them away from the ears. All right, so we're going to drop the belly down and pull that chest forward. So it almost feels like I'm pulling the heel of my hands towards my knees to really pull that chest through the shoulders. And we're going to just take a few breaths into the belly here. So inhale below the belly button. And exhale, squeeze those lower abs in. Squeeze them in as tight as you can. Inhale. Fill the belly. Exhale, pull in. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Reaching the chest up, exhale, pull it in. Squeeze those abs. 1 more inhale. And exhale. Keep those arms strong. Now we're going to begin breath of fire here. Ready, and begin. Looking up. Keep the eyes closed. Deep inhale. Hold the breath, squeeze those abs in, chest up. And exhale, let's round the spine, tuck the chin in. Squeeze those abs in. And inhale, drop the belly, chest up. Exhale, press into the ground. Open up those shoulder blades, head and hips together. A few more, inhale, look up. Pull that chest to the shoulders, drop the belly. Exhale, press that ground away from you. Tuck that chin in. Good. Inhale. And exhale. Let's hold it on the exhale. Really press into the ground and inhale. Open up those shoulder blades. Breathe into the rib cage. Exhale, press into the ground a little bit more. Tuck in that chin. Belly button up to the ceiling. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale up, drop the belly, lift the chest. And exhale, let's come back to child's pose. So our big toes are together, our knees are out, making a V. We're going to extend our arms forward. Keep the arms strong. And you can relax the head to the ground. And we're just going to take a few breaths deep into the torso here. So inhale, almost into that tailbone. And you're going to feel the breath rise up, expanding the rib cage in all directions, all the way to the collarbones. And when you exhale out the nose. And we're going to squeeze all that rib cage in, the abs in, all the way to the low belly. Squeeze everything in. A few more breaths here. Trying to create as much space into the torso as you can. And notice that when you exhale and pull the rib cage in, you can really reach those fingers forward and stretch out underneath those shoulder blades. Underneath the armpits, the arms, stretching out those lats. You can even drop the right shoulder, inhale, center, drop the left shoulder. And then we're slowly going to come up. And we're going to get into a kneeling position. So bring your right foot forward. All right, and we're going to get into 90 degrees here, 90 degrees here. And we're going to do a little breath of fire into this position, okay? So what we'll do is we'll do breath of fire. And then that last exhale, we're going to exhale, squeeze everything in, then come and drop those hips down, right? So we're creating activation of the stabilizer so we can really stretch out that hip a little more. So take a deep inhale into the hand. Exhale, pull the abs in. Take a half an inhale and begin. Inhale and exhale, squeeze everything in. And tuck that tailbone in, drop the hips forward, chest up nice and tall. Inhale, press into that front foot, come out of the stretch a little bit. Now I'm gonna add a little bit different, or another form of awareness into this movement. So we want to make sure the surrounding structures are activated so we can really release the hips. So we're going to take our heel and picture our heel coming to our knee and our knee to our heel. So as I take my heel, I scoop my hip, my tailbone towards my heel. And I'm even pressing really strongly into the back foot, into the ground. And so that will allow me to open up my hip a little bit more. And so inhale, come out of the stretch. Exhale, tuck those hips in, chest up nice and tall. Hold here. Good. All right, so now we're going to get a little bit deeper into the hip. So you can take a block and place it here on the inside if this is a challenging movement for you. But I really want your fingers to be in line with your toes, all right? And your chest up nice and tall. You can even tent the fingers if you'd like. Back knees on the ground. And I do not want your hands here or this heel off the ground here. And so you may find that you're kind of scrunched up. If I take my block and I raise up my hands a little bit, notice I can get into that straight back, that neutral position. All right, so find the comfortable position for you. We're going to do breath of fire here. Inhale, pull that chest through and begin breath of fire. Good. Inhale, hold the breath. And exhale. Try to drop that right elbow to the ground. We're going to inhale, open up to that right leg. Exhale, drop the elbow down. As far as you can. If you can only come up here, that's fine. Inhale, open up. Really pull this bottom shoulder through. Open up. Exhale, come down. Take a few breaths here. And remember, when I'm in this pose, I'm really pressing the ground away from me with my front foot. My front foot is very active. I'm pulling that chest through the shoulders. Good, and come out of it. We're going to now get into that hamstring. So we want to find comfort in the stretches, or find that point between, I call it the oh crap line. Oh crap, I went past the line and now I'm holding my breath and now I'm stressed. Well, come right before your body your face scrunches up and you tend to hold your breath. And then you're going to use your breath to kind of move past that line. So you can take the block here, and let's just kind of roll around the ankles, stretch out the toes. We're going to keep that straight back. You can even kind of bend the knee as you come forward. So inhale, exhale, sit those hips back, toes towards the shin. Remember, my chest is up, not rounded forward. Good. Inhale, come up. Exhale, forward. And we're going to do a little bit of breath fire here. Ready? And begin. Deep inhale. And exhale. And take a few breaths here. Let's wiggle the hips side to side. Toes side to side. Deep breaths here. Really pull that chest up, sit those hips back. Even bend the knee a little bit. Good. Now come here, you can put the block to the side. And we're actually take the block, we're going to come to the other side. So we're going to switch around and come here. So starting with the kneeling hip flexor. So I'm pressing my back foot into the ground, pressing my front foot strongly into the ground. My chest is up tall, breathing into the hand. Lower belly, exhale. And half an inhale, we'll begin breath of fire. Deep inhale. And exhale, squeeze everything in. Pull the tailbone towards the heel, heel towards the tailbone, chest up nice and tall. Inhale, come out of the stretch just a little bit. Exhale, tuck those hips in, press that back foot into the ground, press that front heel into the ground. Inhale, come out. Exhale, a little bit deeper into the stretch. Chest up, tailbone in. We don't want you to drop into the back. We really want to keep those lower abs activated and scooped in, so we're not getting into that spine. Okay, now we're going to take the block, or not take the block, whatever you feel comfortable doing, and fingertips are in line with the toes. Pull that chest forward, and we're going to begin breath of fire here. Deep inhale, chest to the shoulders, arms strong, and exhale. Bring that left elbow towards the ground. So pressing that left foot strongly into the ground. And inhale, open up to that left leg. And exhale, bring that elbow down. Remember, this shoulder should come towards that left leg. Inhale. So you get more rotation of the torso. Exhale, bring it down. 2 more, inhale. And exhale. Last one, inhale, open up. And exhale down and take a few breaths here. And let's come back, press into that front foot, straighten that leg, get the hamstring. And you can use the block or you cannot use the block, whatever's comfortable. And we're going to inhale, come up, and exhale, fold forward. And just wiggle the toes and the ankles a little bit, stretch it out, go side to side. All right, so inhale, exhale, forward. Take a half an inhale, and begin breath of fire. Inhale, and exhale, fold forward. And just take deep breaths here. Move around, internal, external rotation. You can bend and straighten the knee. Remember, sit those hips back, hold my chest up. And you gotta have that neutral spine. Deep breaths here. Wiggle the hip side to side a little bit. We're trying to pull that femur out of the hip. Good. Now we're going to go into the last movement. So let's come to the other side again, and we're going to do pigeon stretch. So get into a full plank, and we're going to drop that leg down. All right. So with this pose, to get a little deeper into the hip, you can point the toes towards the shin and bring the leg into a 90-degree position. Or if it's a little more challenging for you, again, just tuck that leg underneath. We want the hips square with the ground. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do a little breath of fire here too. So pressing into the ground, chest up nice and tall, my shoulders down the back. And we're going to begin breath of fire. Deep inhale. And exhale. Squeeze those abs in. Good, inhale. And exhale. Good. And with this pose, let's kind of move those hips side to side, and we do want that certain level of activation of the legs too. So now I want you to press your back foot into the ground and even press this leg into the ground. It's almost like you're trying to lift yourself up with your front leg. And then the back leg is straightening into the ground. And so what that will do is that will give me more stretch into the hip flexor. So as I press this foot into the ground, I lift up. You'll feel a deeper stretch. And now I'm going to breathe into my hip flexor here. So, and exhale. Squeeze those abs in as tight as you can. Lift up. Really pressing that back leg into the ground. So you're really going to feel a huge stretch here. Exhale, pull it in. One more inhale. Lift up, and we're going to exhale. Let's come down into the ground. Head onto the hands. We're going to take a few breaths here. And now slowly coming up onto the hands. And let's switch around to the other side. Right, extending that back leg. And even just taking a moment to maybe even just press up and out. If that's hard for you, that's okay. Just pretend like you're pressing into the ground. Know your limits. And you're going to press that back foot into the ground. So chest up nice and tall. Get a good stretch in the hip flexor here. And we're going to go breath of fire. So deep inhale. Exhale. Take a half an inhale. And begin. Deep inhale. Lift that chest up. Press into that back foot into the ground. Exhale. Squeeze those abs in. Good. Take a few breaths here into the low belly. Feel that stretch of the torso and the hip flexor. Exhale, pull everything in. Lift the chest up. A few more breaths here. Good, last inhale. And exhale, slowly lower down, head into your hands. A few breaths here. Inhale, come all the way up, nice and slow. And then we're just going to come onto our backs for everybody's favorite pose, Shavasana. So we'll lie on our back, palms up, shoulders down the back. Let's take a deep inhale, exhale out the mouth. Let's do 2 more of those. Inhale and exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Good, and just naturally watch the breath flow, the flow in and out here. Each exhale, you feel a little bit calmer, sinking a little bit deeper into the mats. And relaxing the face and the shoulders, and the torso and the legs and the arms. Let's slowly come back to the body. Take a deep inhale, wiggle the fingers and the toes. And reach those arms up overhead, stretching out in both directions. Let's go and slowly roll to one side, using that top arm to press up into a seated position. All right, so that's our practice for today. Hope you learned how breath of fire can really help you in any stretch or any movement. And deep breathing into the belly also helps you create space in those movements as well. So they're a great and powerful combination. So I hope you enjoyed, and until next time.